Hello, welcome back. So more last Epoch. Today I got a new build for you guys. It's a Bleed Javelin. So we're gonna be casting javelins with Siege Barrage and applying tons of bleed. These two knots are probably the ones you need the most, just for the bleed chance and the damage over time. And of course, get some more less mana, some armor shred, and then if you have some extra points, I would just put them here just for the extra attack speed and damage. Don't forget to pick this one up too, so you get more javelins. Every javelin will apply bleed, so when you throw like 6-7 javelins, it's gonna ramp up like crazy. We're also using Holy Aura. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. I mean, all you really need is javelin. Everything else is just kind of extra. Just get some endurance, basically some elemental resistance. Then we go here for some physical, some throwing damage, and some more throwing attack speed and throwing attack speed. If you want to do some more ignite, because we're gonna have a lot of damage over time in our gear, so you could go get some ignites for that little extra damage. But I just went for the crit chance and then just a crit multiplier. But you could go here and then over here for that crit for that ignite. I'm using smite. You could go electrify smite, but I'm just staying with the fire one and then just maxing out the area and the heals. So I'm using smite just mostly for heals. Volatile reversal, we go here for that global attack speed. We go down here for the 2 seconds additional reverse time. That helps, that gives us basically 2 more seconds of attack speed. Everything else doesn't matter. I just go here for that extra damage over time. So when you hit the enemy with the reversal, they'll take 60% more damage over time. And I'm actually using Shield Bash. I just recently found out that Shield Bash can stun a lot of bosses. For example, in the Light Harbor boss, when the lady's doing her beam, you can stun her out of it. A lot of the Monolith bosses, when they're charging up one of their big attacks, you can just stun them out of it. It's kind of crazy. I didn't know that. And then I go down here for the block chance. When you cast it, you have your next 3 hits are going to be blocked. And then you get a whole bunch of block chance here whenever you use it, and some block effectiveness. Just here for some slow, and then to increase the area. And then we go here for the increased stun duration. We get some health and stun, and then some more health and stun per strength, and then some more area. This is the setup I'm running with right now. It's doing okay. So yeah, let's jump into the passives. Passives, max this one out. We get 1 point here for travel to get that block, 30% block chance, and then we get 30 health on block. We go this one just to get 10% damage reduction from nearby enemies, and just a little bit more health here. We don't really need anything else. You could go for the axis if you want, if you have the smite idols, and then you'll be casting more smites, but you don't really need it. Just have 1 point here for the 2% block chance. And in Void Knight, I have 10 points here, maxing out this for the health, void resistant, and physical resistant. And then most of the rest of the points are going to be over here on your paladin tree. So here we have increased physical, fire, lightning. We have a couple points here for the elemental resistant attunement. We have 1 point here just for the 2% block chance. We're maxing this one out because we get a lot of health from this and some healing effectiveness. I just have 1 point here just so you can cast divine. So you could just take this point out. You're not really doing any melee hits, so I just have to remove this one. But I would have to remove everything, the whole tree, just to get to this one. So hopefully in the future they give us 1 click to remove all points, you know. So I max this one out for the increased mana regen, 10 attunement for more mana. The spears are quite mana hungry, so you want to get some mana regen. We have 1 point here, just a travel point to this one, so you can get 5 block chance and then 10 more health on block. We max this one out just for the critical avoidance, and then I have 1 blessing with 60% critical avoidance, so this will cap us out on our crit avoidance. And then this one just for some more health. And then you want to max both of these out for the bleed chance and then the bleed penetration. And then we go here for the increased health, increased damage, and increased mana. If you go maybe, I guess if you go with the smite, you know, the lightning smite, you could go here for a little bit more lightning damage, just some more spell crit, but you don't really need it. Or you could go to this one here. You get some more move speed, you get some more fire damage, some more lightning damage, but we're focusing on bleed, so we won't really need any of that. For our gear, we have 39% chance to bleed and 27 increased physical damage and increased bleed duration. Those two are the most important. You want to have this on your gear, on your head and your chest, which I don't. I'm using this chest because we get a 28% increased health and 98 health, so it's mostly for the health that I'm using this chest. But the first two affixes, you would want them to be bleed, you know, bleed while wielding an axe and the bleed duration. For the amulet, just some throwing damage, some more health, and some physical penetration. And we're using this shield. This is the same shield I use in the Bleed Warpath, because we get a 90% chance to bleed and 37% physical penetration, which it's quite good. And we're using an axe. We have an 85% increased damage over time and some short armor. And then of course you want to use axes just because they have bleed on melee hit and bleed duration. You could actually swap this axe out for a different axe, just as we're not doing any melee hit. I just haven't found a better axe yet. There's that other axe that just gives you a global bleed multiplier, I guess, a global. You can hit any enemy with anything and then you proc the bleed. But I haven't been able to find a good axe, so especially one with 85% increased damage over time. That's pretty good. And then for the rings, more damage over time, minus mana to throwing attacks, which the javelin is right now 12 mana, so it can eat up your mana quite quickly. And just some resistance. Then we have this one with a whole bunch of damage over time, some increased attack speed. Really what you would want is damage over time, increase throwing attack speed on both of your rings, or you could do, or the minus mana. I just ran out of forging potential before I could increase that throwing attack speed. And then for this one, more damage over time, some more mana. It's a pretty shitty relic, so I'm looking for an upgrade right now. For the boots, we're using this one. It gives a bunch of move speed, some increased bleed duration, and some physical element damage to moving enemies. So as you're moving around the monoliths, you just put bleeds on them. They're gonna chase you down. They're gonna take a little bit more damage from the bleed, and you get some stats. And then on your gloves, the most important thing will be that throwing attack speed. But I'm using this one for the health and you know, some more mana, some more health. But you would want to have basically throwing attack speed and the hybrid health, and then whatever resistance else you need. This belt, you could swap this for anything. It's not the greatest belt, you just have a 40% chance to bleed. Some move speed, some attack, stack speed, throwing attack speed, things like that. For the idols, I'm using 3 of the smite idols, so we can cast smites with throwing attack. And I'm using 2 pretty good rolls on the bleed duration here. If you don't have the idols, just get idols with bleed duration, or a lot of, for example, some of these bleed on hit, things like that. Or more bleed duration. See, you could just go for those. I found quite a few of those might idols now, and that's kind of it for the gear. Let's jump in here. See how we do against this boss here. Start casting right here. Can tank that no problem. We have a lot of smite reversal. Get that boost attack speed. Mana though. But hey, in one full mana bar we got him down to less than half. So we can run around, get some more mana up. and then we go back to town on him. He should be dead here. Reversal, and he's dead. I think that should kill him. I should finish him off. There we go. We're gonna jump into the boss for this monolith and see how we do. Alright, so we're gonna jump in and do the boss. Right now, we're 130 corruption. See how we do against this guy.
Last refuge is gone and iron ore that is left.
Do you see shield bash when he starts doing his like little spin attack here? You could just boom cancel out of it with shield bash. Get close to him just so we can get the smite procs to kill us. He kind of moves around a lot, so it's annoying. But we could just sit here and tank it. The smite is gonna heal us. Rocking a lot of smite, so you're gonna get full heals. Just gotta run around here. He's gonna do his thing. We're gonna stun him, get him out of there. Nope, he ain't gonna be doing that. I think he's dead here. Maybe. Yeah, if we had a little bit more mana. Just lacking a little bit of mana right now. I think he dies here. There we go. Easy as that. Now we'll jump into this random monolith here. So you guys see how the build does in the monolith. I just want to cast some, you know, you just want to move around. It's a little slow on the monoliths, but it's good for bosses. You'll destroy bosses in seconds. Go. You could replace lunge with the shield rush if you want to be a little faster, but shield rush consumes a lot of mana, so what's that here? Nah. Yeah, shield rush is gonna consume a lot of mana, and we don't have crazy amount of mana. I mean, you kill pretty much everything in no time, just like that. Also, these bigger enemies, just take 2 or 3 and then just move on. Boss here. Boss who? He dead. Yeah, you could just kind of sit and just spam it everywhere. The only issue I'm facing right now is just the mana. It consumes quite a bit of mana, so you just have to, you know, get some gear with some more mana regen. Just when you run out of mana, you can get up there fast. But yeah, it's a very fun build. It could definitely be pushed much further than this with some more optimized gear. Especially if you can get both of the affixes and the helmet into the chest with some more health, that would be very good. There's also a relic, Valdir's Chalice, I think it is, that gives you a ton of bleed chance and bleed penetration. That could also be good. And then, you know, you can get a lot of more attack speed and some more mana on your gloves that will also help you out, and the minus mana cost as well. If you can get a tier 7, that would be pretty good. Tier 6 I think gives you -6 mana. You could probably get this down to like 7, something like that, with some good rolls. But yeah, it's a very fun build. Hope you guys like it. Stay tuned for more builds. See you on the next video.